Welcome back. My name is Golden, and today we're really going to get deep into creative problem solving. But I have been working with a lot of micro teams, individuals, founders, and organizations. Creative thinking just isn't their strength, and that's okay because that's why I'm here to really teach you how to get into and tune into the mindset of creative problem solving. Now, I'm going to share with you today some techniques and some skills, some knowledge I've been studying under IBM Enterprise Design Thinking, and I think I should share some valuable tips that I learned in this course that I've been getting my certification in. So tune in, get a pencil and a pen. We're going to have homework that you're going to apply to your life this week. If you have a specific problem that you want to work through, I suggest you get a paper and pen and write that challenge down right now. The first step in problem solving is understanding the problem. Now, this challenge that you're going to be writing down, it could be big, it could be small, personal, professional, but we're definitely going to break it down together. Your first weekly challenge is to identify the problem you really want to solve. Now, does it take a week all the time? Not really, but we really want to be conscious and intentional of that problem. I want you to write that problem down and carry it around with you throughout the day, reading it over and over again. Now, why would you want to do this, right? Well, you want to become so aware and conscious of the problem that you can actually see it replay in your real life interactions, whether that be a habit you may have, a behavior that you have, whether you have a habit at work or a response to somebody in a relationship you're with. Anything really. It could be thought patterns as well. But the thing here, what we want to do is really get aware of this problem and see it playing out in our life. This is going to allow us to do step 2. Now, let's talk about empathy and ideation. I want you to put yourself in the shoes of those who may be affected by this problem. I want you to come up with a lot of ideas, brainstorm as much as you can. Even if that thing isn't included in your life, make something up so you can start to expand your awareness around creatively solving this issue. So I'll give you an example. I remember when I first started working for a small company and I was freelancing. So they hired me to put on an event for them. Now I had to interact and communicate with the different parts of the team within that company. And at the time, I was really an independent worker. So I did everything myself. I did all my timelines myself, project management myself, even to the point of finding models and organizing the decor and things like that. My position in this company was creative director. So instead of communicating everything to everyone, I literally just did it myself. This is a problem, especially when it comes to a creative team. One person cannot do it all. And if one person is in a team, it is up to them to really communicate the process that's going on. Because we don't want other team members to book the same model or book a different artist, book a different venue, thinking that was their job to complete in the first place. So now I wrote down the problem. Too independent to work into teams. And I wrote down all the issues that affected each member when it came to the marketing department, when it came to the finance department. And these are small teams, so don't think about like big 100 a group of individuals. It was literally me and maybe 2 other people in a department, 3 other people in another department. It was really small micro teams. So this really hindered how we went about completing our process in our project. The end goal was to put on a beautiful event, and I was in my head about the decor because that's when I was doing interior design, and I was really in my head about a lot of things, and I knew I can complete it, so I just did it all. And whenever I came into meetings, I'm like, guys, this is what it is. This isn't good if you want to have a team that is aligned, that is together. They have this togetherness with them. They have this open communication, this seamless flow of completing problems because they all understand everything and every individual needs and who's in charge of what and what they're completing. Now, when you don't have this in a group, it's going to explode. It's going to cause a lot of turmoil, and people are going to take it personal because they too are dedicated to completing whatever task they need to complete to get to this event's success. Now let's get into challenge 2. I want you to reach out to someone who is affected by this problem. Understand their perspective, how they feel, what they think is going on. Brainstorm with them at least 5 potential solutions for change. I did this when I found out that I was too independent and actually some people complained about me. I was like, you know what? I need to fix this. Instead of, huffing and puffing and saying, people don't like me, whatever, having this like little attitude, I went into creative problem solving mode. And this is exactly what I've done. And that's why when I did this enterprise design thinking practitioner course, I was like, oh, this is literally what I did before. This is literally how I think. And I'm so happy I took it because now I can really articulate clearly the steps on how to go about doing that so you can have some success with your relationships and teams as well. But it's all about building genuine connections with your team members, with your life members, with people you interact with. It's that genuine authenticity that's really going to make life an easier place to live, a more abundant place to live. I know right now we may feel insecure and have this like tenseness when it comes to interacting with people, but this is really going to help you cultivate some success towards effective, successful relationships that really aligns with the life you want to live. If you want to have a life where you are free, open, authentic, you can speak your mind and it doesn't hinder anyone's day, and you have results and you have solutions, then this is a tag that you really want to tune into. Prototyping and testing. Now, if you have a personal life, this is probably, you're going to be like, how do I do that? And if you have a career or you're in a business or a founder in a team, you're going to have a little bit of idea what's going on. But let's really break this down for anyone who's watching this so they can apply it to their life. Create a simple prototype for your solution. It could be a sketch, it could be a model. Even role-playing is a prototype to a solution. Test it out and gather feedback. So let's go back to my example that I've given you earlier. When I came up to the persons and the teams, I was like, look, I know I did wrong. I know this is the problem. Let me talk about how you feel. Heard how they felt, then we came up with a solution. Now the solution was I was supposed to now interact and communicate with them and let them know where I am on the process. They were fine with me handling everything as the leader of the team. They were really fine with that. That really made me happy to hear because when you're on different teams, sometimes there's another person that wants to do everything. But in this case, it was just me and everyone was fine following the lead. So with that being said, they told me, just update us. Just talk to us. Just let us know what's going on. If you're in a situation, communicate with us and maybe we can brainstorm together. And that's exactly what I did. That's the prototype. Now, the role playing is when I would show up as that abundant leader, that legacy minded leader. Instead of leaving everyone out in the dark, I draw them in more. And instead of acting the way I acted before, I was a whole new identity applying this solution on a day-to-day basis. And this really got great results. So if you're in a team, for example, and you want to have a certain problem solved, come up with a model, sketch it out. What does that look like, right? If you're a visual person, you're going to want to draw it out. If you're a verbal person, you're going to want to role play it out. You may want to sit down with a team member and work on how you can communicate and talk. I know for a personal relationship, this is so beautiful because you can sit down with a partner who really cares about your success and improvements and allow them to guide you into how you should communicate, especially if they are a better communicator than you, a more intelligent-minded person when it comes to specifically communicating in an effective way. I want you to be aware of the people you are reaching out to. Make sure that they are capable and make sure that they are able to give you such feedback because a lot of people in their expertise may not have an expertise awareness to what you need support in. So just be aware of that. And sometimes when that happens, it's always great to work with a coach. Work with someone who wants to see you grow out of that identity and not label you as such anymore, because we all are growing at the end of the day. And if you want to connect with somebody, you're going to have to be aware of how you communicate, how you role play, how you deliver the solutions that you want to create in your life. And sometimes a coach is a great way to really get clear on how you should communicate and problem solve on a day-to-day basis, whether that be on micro teams, your personal life, etc., etc. Now, your next challenge. I want you to create a prototype. This prototype should be aligned with one of the solutions that you are focused on. Test it out with friends, families, coworkers, invite them in, let them know what you're doing, and let them know how you need support. Always gather feedback and hear what they have to say about it with an open mind. Don't take anything personal because this isn't your permanent identity or the permanent solution. This is you actively and eagerly trying to figure it out. The final step is implementing these solutions. Take all the feedback from your test, refine your idea, and put them into action. Small steps can lead to big changes. We're not done yet. This is how you can create even more impact on the solutions that you're applying in your life. Celebrate all the small wins along the way. So let's go back to that first example. Like I told you, I spoke with my team, I got feedback, and I started prototyping. Now, this is the stage where people were giving me their feedback on how I can do better, on how I can improve. The last part is having active participation, conscious awareness of what you learned from the prototyping implementing phase. You got everyone's feedback. You got all the tweaks. Now it's time to embody that solution. Again, whether that may be with your identity, whether that may be how you show up at work, how you communicate with your relationships, these steps can be applied in so many different ways. Get creative. Such a great place to be when you are in a team and you're in a collaborative environment where people are rooting for your success because they know when you win, they win. With that being said, let me know in the comment what problem you're trying to solve, and let's maybe try to work through it together. I have one-on-one coaching sessions with a lot of different types of people, from their careers to founders and professionals. I want to work with you. If you have a micro team, I invite you to book a call with me and let's hear all your problems so I can solve them with ease. I promise you, with all the years and experience I have, with all the certifications that I've been creating and becoming myself and applying these things, I've been experiencing some real changes, and I can't wait to introduce those changes to your team. I'll be talking about them and introducing them to you guys like never before. I'll make them as simple as possible so you can implement it on a daily basis and have you having micro success at a rapid rate. How does that sound? There you have it. A crash course in creative problem solving with enterprise design perspective. Remember, the key is to embrace these challenges. Don't stray away from them or avoid them, or they will pile up and fall on you in the future. Allow these to give you opportunities to grow, opportunities to refine, and opportunities to create an authentic work balance in your career, your personal life. Embrace these challenges, apply them to any parts of your life, and let me know how it treated you. Join me for more next week. I'll be sharing some strategies from enterprise design thinking to creative problem solving, all the way down to the mindset you need to have for success and growth in your life. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment to refine your mindset. Until next time, let's get to know each other. Introduce yourself below. What do you do if you have a company, or if this is just a personal journey that you're on? I would love to meet all of the refining members of this community, as I am here to help you level up for good.